Hello guys, thanks for coming back and joining me again. First thing I'm going to do is go through some of the boring stuff I did off camera, just a quick recap, because as you can see I have myself a little castle here. So after the last video I went down into the caverns underneath the village to get some marble. There is a lot of it. I think I got about 4 or 5 complete stacks and it didn't even make a dent. I didn't find anything else interesting down there. A lot of copper, a lot of coal, a little bit of iron. I found 2 very deep mine shafts next to the well, which I haven't explored yet because I'm going to need some ladders, so I'll do that either off camera or in another video, and I'll probably sort of do some highlights from it. I found another mine which has an entrance that is pretty much like a cave on the side of this hill next to that cow. I don't need to block that off, and I think I can use that as my main mine from now on. And I also moved some dirt blocks around to fill in a lot of the holes around the village. 2 reasons. 1, I was sick of the villagers falling down the holes, and 2, I was sick of the zombies climbing out of the holes and attacking me and the villagers. So I built this very simple marble building. It's just somewhere to keep me safe, really. I do have a little hatch that allows me up onto the roof. It's a little bit tricky because of where the ladder is, but I've got some battlements there, so if I get myself a bow and arrow, I'll be able to fend off the hordes, hopefully. And I say I can close this hatch to stop the spiders getting in. So there we go. You can see in my chest, this is pretty much all the stuff I've got so far from killing mobs, and also from the little bit of mining that I have done. One thing that I will quickly do is take my iron, because I've got very little of it. I have smelted some, so there are some iron ingots there. Let's take those, and the sticks could do with the wood. Let's get the wood, and I'm just going to get the rest of the iron smelting away. Oh, put the right stuff in there. And I'm going to build... let's see. Another couple of iron picks, because you do get through them very quickly. And I am going to build a couple of iron swords, because I do tend to get through swords very quickly. Rest of the iron, I don't know, because I'm going to need some... Well, I've got some to smelt there, haven't I? I suppose I could use that and make myself a chest plate, because the amount of times I get killed by creepers and skeletons is unbelievable. So there we go. Let's do that. Let's get that made into wood. Let's get at least some of that wood made into sticks, because I get a feeling we're going to need to make some more torches en route. So I'm going to take half that stack of coal with me. Put the rest of the wood in there. And there we go. Right, now, one thing that I did forget to do when I went and got the sand to make the glass for my windows is I forgot to get enough extra sand to make the glass bottle that I'm going to need for our next magic project, which is, according to the Thaumcraft, the research table, because the research table needs the scribing tools. Now, I haven't really been through a lot of this stuff. I obviously, we've got the wand. We can build tables. We've got our Thaumcraft. Crucible we are going to need. Glass files, knowledge fragments. I know what most of this stuff is. Now, this stuff here, I believe, is all of the sort of magic-specific ingredients that can be gathered around the world, such as great wood trees, silverwood trees, tells us about flux, shimmerleaf, and cinder pearl. So we'll have to go off looking for that. But first thing I'm going to do is head over here, because there's a little beach. I'm going to get some sand, and we also need to kill a squid, and we need to find some reeds, because we actually need paper. I think there were some reeds here, actually. Oh, yeah, brilliant. And I'm going to make a little reed farm as well, because I think if I have myself a little reed farm, we can actually grow our own reeds, and we're going to need quite a bit of paper. Now, there is one thing I'm not sure about, and I don't know whether it's something you guys know, but I've been very careful to try, whenever I go mining or leave the safety of my building, to leave the Thaumcraft in a chest And what I'm interested to know, although probably not interested enough to experiment to find out, is if you die or some way that Thaumonomicon becomes destroyed, i.e. if it falls into lava or you drop it on the ground and it despawns, will you have to then relearn everything that's in it? That's probably enough sand, to be honest. So yeah, if anybody knows, drop me a line and let me know. Also, can anybody see a squid? There should be squid here. I like how we've got sand and a beach right next to snow. Ah, and a creeper. Get away. Down. Down, boy. Some more gunpowder for the collection. Don't know where he came from. Oh, we've got ice and everything. Ah, that looked like a squid over there. There's something in the water. Oh, actually. Free bottle of ink. That was weird. I don't even need to kill a squid now. Don't know how that died. Oh, let's kill this one anyway. Just for the free XP of it. But that was unusual. Fair enough. Let's... Oh, if I can get out of the water. We'll head back to the village. And we will make our scribing tools and our research bench. Chicken. Okay, let's get out of here. We're not that far away from the village. It's good having a beach that close by. While I was down under the ground collecting stuff for the... Oh, I'm in that direction, aren't I? While I was down there collecting stuff to make the... What am I talking about? I just lost my train of thought completely there. While I was down in the mines collecting marble, I did hear lava bubbling away somewhere, although I'm not entirely sure where the lava was. I never found it, but I could hear it bubbling away through a wall. So there is a lava tank down there somewhere, a big sort of batch of it. We'll need some of that later. I mean, I know there's a little bit there in the blacksmiths, but at some point we're going to have to go into the nether, if we like it or not. So, right, let's get in there. First thing I'm going to do is throw that sand in there and get some glass. Let's put the rest of the iron away. I am going to have to go mining because I've got lots of junk, but not necessarily useful stuff. God of Feather, got lots of ink now. Didn't really need that much ink. We also need to make some paper, don't we? So let's... there it is. It's just like that, isn't it? Not leaving myself much here to make a reed farm, am I? But, oh well. I'm sure I will find some more reeds. Do we have any glass yet? Yeah, we have 3. That should be enough to make a bottle. Brilliant. And then I believe it's just glass bottle, feather and ink sac. Yeah, brilliant. So, scribing tools. Let's pop the rest of that in there. Because again, it's something that will be used for ingredients later. And all I should have to do with the scribe... Did I just put the scribing tools in the chest? Yes, I did. What a dumbass. Okay, so if I take the scribe tools and put them on here... Ta-da! There we go. We now have our research desk. And there's the interface. So the way this works, you have 5 input slots on the left-hand side to put in materials. The slot here tells you what magic elements those materials contain. And then this will be your research notes. And you've got cursory and thorough. This option here, and that determines your chances of getting a result from the materials you throw in. But I believe the way it works is the more materials that if you go through it on thorough, you'll use the materials a lot more quickly, but you will have more chance of yielding a result. If you go through your materials on cursory, it's going to be a bit more hit and miss, but you should save some materials. I believe that's the way it works, but I'm sure if I'm wrong, somebody will tell me, and I'll probably look it up in the meantime. What you do need, of course, in this slot here is paper, and we'll probably need some more of that for later on. So, just to show you how it works, if I can get this to work, I think one of the first recipes that you find requires wood, actually. So, what I'm going to do it's getting dark, so I'm going to do this quickly, is just grab some wood. Probably won't be enough. Okay, well, I can't get up to that. Let's try and get another tree just before we get killed by a skeleton. So again, I think it's very much basics, like with vanilla Minecraft, is that you start off with recipes that use things like wood and stone, and then zombies out already. Look, and then as you get more proficient, it requires more intense ingredients. Let's get rid of all that stuff out of there now. It's just wasting coal. So, no gold. We've got zombies outside already. Okay, so if I go to this table and, for example, place the wood in there, it instantly shows me here that the wood contains lignum. And let me just get this right, because I'm not sure on the ratios. If we look, yeah, so is that right? Yeah, 1 wood contains 8 lignum, or this spruce wood does at least. So 1 spruce wood contains 8 lignum, which is what it's saying there. I think that's the way it works anyway. So we've got an item and it's highlighted, so we'll press the research button and you just have to keep pressing it basically. And one of 2 things is going to happen. It's starting to use the wood. It doesn't use it instantly. You get more than 1 click per wood. I'm going to click like mad now. And the 2 things that will happen is either this will get greyed out, which means that it isn't used in the current recipe, or it will appear over here on the right hand side, which means it is used in the current recipe. And we've got absolutely nothing at all. My door is being broken down. Excuse me. And I'm going to have to go and get some more wood. I don't have a bed yet either. So what I'm going to do, I think, is camp out overnight and I will redo this and start it in the morning. So see you in a little while. Well guys, it's now daylight. I say that as it's absolutely throwing it down of rain. I kept myself busy overnight. I've made a hole here in the floor. Now the reason that's there is that's where my crucible is going to go later, and it needs a lava source underneath it, so I thought, well, I'll pop it there. It's as good a place as any. Probably end up getting moved. And I've made 3 blocks over here, which will be my infinite water source. As usual, actually, I think I've instantly changed my mind and decided I'm going to move that 1 block across. What I've also done is I have made another chest over there, because you can never have too much storage. So let's just do this right. Can I get out of there? That's better. Happy with that. And I was reading my Thaumcraft about the aspects of magic, and apparently the different, what I was calling the elements, are known as aspects, and when you separate one from an item, it is known as essentia. And there is a way of bottling that later on, which is something that we will get onto. Either way, we are going to still need some wood, so I'm going to quickly go and chop some of that, hopefully not get blown up, so back in a moment. Well, it's still pouring with rain, and in typical Minecraft fashion, the moment I stepped outside the door, I was attacked by a spider. I'm getting a little bit worried about the villagers, actually. I can't find any. I've just been out there chopping down trees. I'm doing a brilliant job of deforesting the village, and I can't actually reach the top of most of the trees, so you'll see there's quite a lot of just the tops of trees floating around. But I can't actually find any villagers. All the buildings seem empty or abandoned, so yeah, not too sure what's going on there. But I do have a lot more wood. There we go, looks like a stack and a half. I am going to put this onto Thorough, just for the sake of this actually working, and start clicking away. As you can see, almost every click now is using a piece of wood. I'm sure that at least one of the recipes early on uses wood. But it hasn't grayed this out yet, so surely that must mean it does. This can't be right. Cannot go through this many pieces of wood without it giving me a discovery. There's got to be something wrong here. Because if lignum wasn't used in the recipe, it would just instantly grey out. And it hasn't greyed out. Wow, that's an entire stack of wood. See, if I put dirt in there, dirt has solemn. You got any more dirt? We've got rock, got plenty of rock. Let's try that. Let's try the rest of the dirt as well. What's going on here? You can actually do more than one element at a time if you put them in like that. So, as you can see, we've got let's just take that out. Yeah, so we've got solemn in the earth, and then we've got fractus and saxum in the cobblestone. Ah, right. Now we have found something. Obscurus. So there's an unknown element. One of these three elements is in this particular bit of research. So we keep clicking. Now it's now greyed out saxum. So saxum is one of the elements in cobblestone. We know it doesn't have any saxum in, but it does have fractus in. Also, solemn from the soil hasn't been eliminated, so it's possible that it could have solemn in there. And as you can see, it says that it's 50% complete. So we'll click this again. Right, now solemn's disappeared, so we know it doesn't have solemn in there. We can remove the soil. This is at 75% complete, so let's click again, and it's now gone up to 100% complete. Our research still doesn't tell us much. It's aluminium, which I'm guessing is some sort of metal, but it must contain something else as well, which means we now need to go and find another item. So if we look at coal, for example, coal has potentia and ignis, so we can click. Now it's got one of those two. That was a lucky guess. But which? Oh, it might have even well have both of them. Yeah, there we go. So let's keep clicking that. We're using up coal. Now that's at 100%. That's nearly there. This substance throbs with fiery energy and is more than eager to release that energy at the slightest bump. It may be unstable, but it would probably make a good source of fuel. One more? No? Two more? It's not quite there yet, is it? There we go. Right. So, this is now complete, and you can tell because we have the discovery, and we can pick that discovery up and place it in our hotbar. Let's take the rest of the coal out of there. All that wood wasted. So, all you basically do with these discoveries is you turn to your the correct item. You can then look down and read it. It says exactly the same thing as what we saw in the research table. If we right click, we learn it. And then if we look in the Thaumcraft, there it is there. It's actually taken us straight to it. So that now opens up this tree where we can research these two items here, which I think from memory are actually a substance called nitor and the ability to transmute gold. And in order to make this, we require a crucible, which is what we need to build next, and we also need 3 fractus, 6 ignis, and 6 potentia. So we're going to have to get round to building a crucible. Now, do excuse me if you randomly hear the chimes from an ice cream van in the background, but it's the British summer. The sun's poked through the clouds for 30 seconds, and the ice cream van's just come out in force. Okay, so what I'm going to do, just before I sign off for this video, I'm going to put a lot of the junk back, but I'm going to put my Thaumcraft back in there. It is nighttime outside, so I've got to be careful, but I am going to quickly go out and be attacked by zombies with the look of things. This isn't good. Come on then, let's have you. I was going to quickly go out and just show you guys where the well mines were, just so you know where they are in relation to the base, and I'm going to have to go down into them and hopefully find some more ingredients. I also need to get myself a bucket, actually, because I'm going to need to get some... Oh, there's skellies everywhere. See if we can ice these fools quickly. Yeah, I am going to need to get a bucket because I'm going to need to find some lava to put under the crucible. Right, I was going to say I put a waypoint on it. Oh, then there's a creeper. Don't blow the well up. He blew the well up. He blew the well up and took half the ground out. Well, I guess it's safe to say we know what I'm going to be doing off camera, ready for the next video, is fixing the well. Thanks, creeper. Thanks so much. Oh, dear. Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to leave it there, and I will, when daylight comes, go and show you the well mines, and we will also look at building our crucible as well. I'm going to fill all these holes in to stop nasty things coming out. So, Until next time, guys, I've been UnstableVoltage, and this has been the magic of Feed the Beast, and I will see you on the next video. There are Endermen everywhere.